Hello YouTube. My name is Charles and in today's video, it's going to be a little bit more different than my usual content. Today I'm going to be explaining and providing sort of a tutorial on how to understand brain rot in 2024. Now, I guess this is for teens who grew up in the 2000s that don't really understand brain rot. I mean, brain rot is something that just kind of showed up out of thin air. And now you hear little kids saying it, and I'm here to teach you to the best of my abilities. Now, you had to at least be on YouTube within, don't mind my hair, uh, like between like 2010 2016 to really understand, the pop culture references. And if my explanations don't help you, I'm sorry. But prepare yourself for a mind numbing info dump. Now, brain rot is a negative term that refers to excessive digital media consumption, like Instagram, TikTok, mainly these short form and YouTube Shorts, that you take in these short, loud, bright colored videos and you keep scrolling. You scroll, you scroll, you scroll for hours and hours just consuming all this media. And let's say maybe 16 hours, not a day, but maybe per week. Having a very high screen time, it rots your brain. I'm not a scientist, but studies show large amount of digital media consumption can cause less brain activity. Now, this leads me to my first point of brain rot. At all. Skibidi toilet. Hold your laughter. Or if you already did, sorry. So Skibidi toilet is a man's head coming out of a toilet. Um, Skibidi toilet was created by Defact Boom on February 8th, 2023, and the original video got 208 million views. Now, why is this important at all to language? How can this be a language? This does not make sense. Well, I'll give you this picture should explain it all. iPad kids. What the heck are iPad kids? So, you know, you give a little kid an iPad, boom, on the iPad for how long? They're scrolling, they're clicking on videos, whatever's has bright colors, loud sounds, because children love shape and colors. Now, when they see Skibidi Toilet followed by a remix that is loud and repetitive, created by Thimbaland and Fiki, it is a mashup of Give It To Me and Skibbity Bop, Yes, Yes. Hit their way onto YouTube. Children take in the media and they make it huge, giving it so many views and so many likes that eventually it reaches an older audience. Now, this older audience, you know, they're very confused and shocked by what they see. Not shocked, but they take it to Instagram and TikTok and it gets turned into a meme. The word skibbity itself, I don't have a picture of it, but the word skibbity, remove the toilet aspect. Skibbity now becomes an adjective. Um, for instance, you could call an event skibbity, like, wow, this party is so skibbity. Now, I'm using it in a positive context, but you could use it negatively. It really just depends on how you want to use the word skibbity. It's sort of like a filler word, but I'm not sure how to explain. But let's move on to our next word. Rizz. Rizz. Rizz is actually a very simple concept to understand. It's short for charisma. Now, it was first adopted on a live stream of Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is a huge Twitch streamer, one of the most famous today. His friend Duke Dennis came in. Kai Cenat was recording a video of Duke Dennis, giving handshakes to his homies and trying to look nonchalant and cool. Then Kai Cenat called and said, "That's Rizz, that's Rizz." Now, this image is the famous one of Duke Dennis. This is the Rizz picture. Now, Rizz kind of blew up after that. Everybody says, "Oh, wow, you're spitting a lot of Rizz." Like, you could say that's similar to, "Oh, wow, you're spitting a lot of game." Same thing. Rizz is short for charisma. Now, typically when you are rizzing, used as a verb, it's performed by, charming whoever you're trying to rizz, and typically by mewing and mogging. Now, mewing is a facial technique, a non-medical technique that involves resting your tongue on the roof of your mouth with your lips closed and teeth together, sort of like this. Gives you a defined jawline, like this guy here, created by Dr. John Mew. Yes, that is his name, John Mew. Now, it defines your jawlines, make your cheekbones prominent, and pushes your teeth into the correct position. I'm not saying that you should mew. However, I used to mew a lot in high school, and see for yourself. I got a jawline. When I got a jawline, but no haircut. Anyways, maybe it's genetics. Anyways, mocking. That's the second word I used. Typically to describe somebody, or mocking is a part of the Looksmaxing trend. More on that later. Now, mocking is a term just to indicate that you are trying to be attractive, successful, or skillful than another person. I'm using this picture of Leonardo DiCaprio from Wolf of Wall Street because, he's mocking everybody else in the room. Look at that. He's got his watch on. He's celebrating. He's got a nice suit on. He's rich. Anyways, next word. This one's a lot more simple. If you thought the last one wasn't, this one's more up your alley. Phantom tax. Or should I go like this? It's reverse for me. Anyways, phantom tax. This man is Phantom. He is a friend of Kai Cenat. They all live in the same house. And whenever Kai Cenat orders food or some sort of food, Duke Dennis comes in. I mean, sorry. Phantom comes in and he taxes the food away. For instance, let's say Kai got 10 nuggets. Phantom decided to Phantom tax. He's taking 2 nuggets. Those are his. Those are his nuggets now. Because you know what? Phantom tax. Typically, you want a phantom tax. It's just taking food. You're taking food between friends. It's just a common thing between friends. You don't want to do it to a stranger, or else they'll probably beat you up for it. Don't phantom tax a stranger, guys. Next up, gyat. The word gyat, I found that it has 3 different meanings within brain. Now, gyat can describe somebody with curvaceous features like thick thighs or like a big gluteus maximus. Gyat could also be like, "Oh my gyat," or "gyat." It could be some sort of excitement or like surprise, admiration. Or it could be a shortening of goddamn, like goddamn. When complimenting somebody, like gyat. I feel like this picture, if you know the reference, if you know, you know. If you don't, sorry. Anyways, next we have titles. There's 3 titles in brain rot, which is basically beta, alpha, sigma. Beta, this is obviously based on the Greek alphabet. Being a beta, you're very weak, timid, you've got a terrible jawline, you're built like a shrimp, you're a loser. Alpha, you've got a pretty defined jawline. You're strong. You're the leader of the pack. You're an alpha wolf. You're dominant. Now, above all else is the Sigma. This picture best represents, some may say this is toxic masculinity. It is. Being a Sigma, you're more powerful, successful, cunning, but also silent and mysterious. Now, this is a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Toxic masculinity at its finest. You could say that. Like, a Sigma is obviously paired with W Rizz. Like, and when I say W Rizz, W is like win, winner. It's an abbreviation. And L, you could say L Rizz, so like loser Rizz or loss of Rizz. Um, this brings me to, now let me quiz you, audience. Let me quiz you. We know Michael Cera is famous. We know he's very, very famous. But take that away. What is he traditionally in movies? What is he traditionally played as? Or what's his role? He's a beta. He's a nerd. He's a loser. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. Edward Cullens. This is an alpha. I mean, he beat what I never saw Twilight, but I know there was an alpha wolf in that movie. So, and plus, like, he's handsome. He's got a very strong jawline. He's a successful guy. Now, a Sigma. I could have used two pictures, but I think I chose the correct one here. This is Hugh Jackman, if you didn't know. Hugh Jackman, also known as Huge Jacked Man. Um, I could have also put Patrick Bateman here from the movie American Psycho. That's the toxic masculinity part. That's a topic for a whole nother day. He's strong. He's got a defined jawline. He's handsome, rich, successful. He's British. You wouldn't even know. He's got an amazing accent. Um, now, remember when I said looks maxing? Looks maxing is sort of, let's break down the word. Looks maxing. You're maximizing your looks. So like bodybuilding, exercise, self-grooming, diet, hygiene, skincare, fashion, all great things. Actually very, very healthy things, all things considered. Oh, this is also a great indication of the toxic masculinity of beta alpha sigma. This is a beta male. He only walks down the stairs. He goes up the stairs two steps at a time. The alpha male, he's strong and he's handsome. He goes down the stairs two steps at a time. But the sigma, he jumps down the stairs. He falls down the stairs. The fastest way to get down. He's a sigma. Anyways, one last term. This one's going to be a little odd for my people who live in Ohio. Now, Ohio is the brain rot location that you need to know. Typically paired with the phrase only in Ohio, um, that's basically where all the shenanigans happens in brain rot world. Um, like here's three memes that I found with only in Ohio. Can't look at the moon in Ohio. There's a big spider if you can't see. Can't even go to sleep in Ohio. There's a big old monster right here. Can't even go camping in Ohio. There's this big creature right here in the middle of the woods. Can't do nothing in Ohio. Anyways, that's now. Let me take a step back. You listen, you now know all these words. How is this a language? Why is this the language I know? Why am I teaching you this? You could click off right here, but let me ramble. Let me ramble to you real quick. Typically, when I use this language, I use it with my friends. I use it with my peers that I know will get this, other Gen Z that I know will understand the brain rot. I use it in moderation. I don't use it all the time, every single waking moment I can, because that just makes it unfunny. Brain rot language, similar, like, it's rot. The rot is pretty funny, but if you grow too big, it's a problem. Um, However, when it reaches, sorry, I gotta find the stick with the children on it. When it reaches little children that don't know better, they learn these words, they hear it repetition, they hear the repetition. Oh, they hear the sigma. Oh, only in Ohio. They hear kiat and Rizz. They hear it, but they don't understand. It's ironic. Typically, brain rot is used ironically, or at least that's how I choose to use it. Of course, there's people who are devoted to brain rot and love it and love, they overuse the words, especially children. As I mentioned earlier, the younger generation has access to the internet and they have a less developed brain than you and I probably watching this video. Now, they might use this language they will use this language unmoderated with their parents, teachers, parental guardians, principals, anywhere. Any sort of teacher, they'll use it anywhere. When they talk to other children, the other children will understand what they're talking about. But when it's an adult, no, they won't. They're gonna be like, what? What do you mean, Ohio? What happened in Ohio? Or like, what's a sigma? What do you mean? Causing confusion. It's a language. It is, because you could say it's a secret language, but it's all over the internet. People on the internet love using this language. So I wouldn't call it a secret language. I wouldn't call it a mashup either. Of course, it takes already existing words, gives them a new meaning, but isn't that what the human language is? It was from France, no? A lot of French words were taken, put English-fied, and it's a language. Same with brain rot. It's also being adapted into regular speech. Regular, normal people like you and I are using brain rot in professional settings just to get the attention of Gen Z, or to make a joke, or to just cause attention. Now, that's all I have to say for you today. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, the brain rot I use is very basic. It does not cover all the brain rot that is out there. This video would probably be 2 hours long and I would be exhausted by now. There's a lot I haven't mentioned, but this should get you through all of this. This should be a pretty good guide. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.